Hello, hey, what's up guys? My name is Dakota. Here's Coy.
Hello, I am Coy.
So it's the end of Warped Tour, and it's literally the last day. We're like packing stuff up right now, and then just trying to squeeze this video in because it's been so long since I've made a video because of Warped Tour. I'm not dead or I haven't given up or anything like that. Coy's here, and I'm just forcing him to do this video.
He is.
Just to get something out for you guys.
He's holding me hostage.
Video hostage. What have we been doing a video about again?
Questions?
Questions. We tweeted.
From the internet.
From the internet. We tweeted on the internet. Hey.
That we're going to answer.
Leave us some questions, ya boys. Coy Boy and Dakota. Me.
And together we make...
Together we make the...
Dakota.
Dakota.
There we go, right there.
First question is from, how do you say that? Is that Ellie or Ely?
Ellie.
I guess
Eli.
Okay, so from Eli says, can you elaborate on the imbalance of masculine and feminine energy in the world? Do you see this? There's an imbalance out there, or do you?
Yeah. Throughout virtually all of human history, there's been the imbalance is swayed more towards the masculine side.
Yeah.
Most of the world we live in is a war.
It doesn't make sense, but it does.
Conflict-based.
You can see that.
Yes. So it's a much more masculine world. And when the world is at peace, a more spiritual world, a more unified, connected world, which is not often, unfortunately, that's when it swings back towards the feminine side.
Yeah.
Is that coming back into balance, which is that more peaceful side. So I do think there is an imbalance, but I think that's the product of the society we live in. You know, capitalism, system of...
Do you think it's going to find a balance eventually? Or
I think so.
I think it's kind of what's happening now.
My view is that we'll come to a kind of crossroads in the future where we either have to decide to save the planet completely and change our foundation of everything we do,
or just
ride
it out.
Yeah, descend into chaos. Let entropy take its natural course.
Its natural course. So you see it everywhere. Like we were talking about it on the way here, like porn. Like Coy just made a video about porn.
I did.
And like, you know, that's like such a normal thing when you see billboards that are like clearly sexualized.
Everything.
They like, what I always say is that those sort of things anchor you to your ego and keep you in those primal sort of lusty caveman
not
sort
just
of
that,
sense.
It makes you kind of want to identify with just your material self.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to be part of this ecosystem because
it's attractive.
It's attractive. It's gratifying, instantly almost.
That goes back to capitalism.
Yeah.
It's an intentional thing because they know that they can prey on those sort of, easily swayed emotions that we have.
Yeah, it's just creating markets for things that don't even need markets. It's just
it's just like Coca-Cola with some boobs next to it.
You think you need this?
You need this because you like boobs.
Yeah, I think overall, just society, I think everything's going to keep the masculine overtaking of the feminine, which is really visible now, is going to continue. I don't see really it declining. Maybe staying steady, maybe getting a little bit less. But I think there's going to be an overall encapsulation of more masculine influence and energy until we get to that breaking point. Whereas, and when we get there, then we might be able
maybe the material
to
world
it.
is like a masculine reflection.
Yeah, and that's why the divine feminine, such as Mother Kali, is more spiritual.
Yeah, it makes sense. Question number 2 is from Anthony. Anthony said, do either of you regret or feel that you might regret in the future not getting an education or a degree?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Because, I'll let you answer first.
Because
you had something on your mind.
Do I have to say this? What do I have on my mind? Okay, so
I know my answer.
No,
I want to hear yours.
I don't think I'll regret it, just because it forces me to live the life I want to live. Where like if you do the whole thing of like going to school, then you're stuck. Once you're in it, you're in it. Like then you're just in the whole routine. Like you just get trapped in the system in this like sort of conveyor belt of society, like just like, you know, just going down the conveyor belt of society, and then it just spits you out on the other end and you're just like everyone else. Whereas if you don't do that, and there's nothing wrong with going to school, there's tons of people that have went to school and, you know, broken off the conveyor belt.
Definitely.
But most people fall into that you know, just cycle of being trapped. You go to school, then you search for a job, and then you maybe get the job.
The thing is, once you get it, you've been searching so hard that you go, I don't want to risk this, right? I found something decent.
Right.
I'd rather have decent than nothing at all and start from scratch. A good analogy I have that I was just thinking of while you're speaking is, you know, it's kind of like, imagine you're up at a baseball plate and there's 4 plates, right? If you're in the system and you go to school and you get that education, you're pretty much automatically putting yourself at third base. And at that point, there's no reason not to run for home, right? You might as well complete the task. You're already almost there. But if you get to the plate and you go, I don't even want to hit, you know, I don't even want to play this, you don't have to. You have no commitment to it. And another thing that I was thinking is, who's to say that I'm not getting an education because I'm not going to college? I educate myself every single day.
Yeah, definitely.
Spent more time, I think, studying and
Just
learning
and about
than I
real
have
stuff.
in school.
That's how I feel. Like,
yeah, it's about what really matters to me. You know, I could pay to go learn these generic things or even more detailed things for more money, but I can also find what works for me and teach myself about it online and go to temples, places where I don't have to spend all that money or commit to a career choice. Instead, I can spend my time focusing on what education matters to me. To say that education has to be college-based is wrong. Education can be book-based, internet-based, advice-based.
I mean, we have the internet. Like, we have the internet. Do you even really need to go to school outside of, like, you know, just society telling you that you need to go to school? You can basically learn anything you want.
You can
just
find
from
curriculums
home.
from a college and read all the books that they have on the list. Anyways, you know, you could do the whole college thing without having to officially
you just live once, you know, like, or maybe you live once, and I don't know. That's not a risk. That's not a risk I'm like willing to take, because like, just live the way that you want to live.
Right.
Like, you're here.
As far as
you're
this
here.
is our incarnation. So
this is it.
Let's play on the playground.
Yeah, don't get stuck in that. Like, oh god, it gives me a panic attack just thinking about it. Ugh. No, don't do that. I don't regret it at all. I think even if like whatever I'm doing now fails,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I'll make it work somehow. And like,
my mindset's always been, if everything fails, I'm gonna go live in a temple.
Yeah,
I'll travel to
my
another country and
mine
do
too.
something.
Just go live in a temple
There's
somewhere.
endless options versus the expected options that we are. You know, we're basically shown, hey, you have these. Here's 5 options. This is all you can really do in life. And in reality, there's hundreds of thousands. It just takes creativity to find what works for you.
And we're so conditioned to think those options are all we have that we don't even really see beyond the horizon. But there's so many options out there. So just do it. The universe supports you. Just do it, baby. Trace. Numero tres.
3.
If you could live anywhere in the world and be perfectly safe and content, where would you go?
Where would you go?
I don't know if I could be stuck in one place forever. That sounds scary.
Yeah. That sounds like something I couldn't decide upon until I was older.
It is funny because we are just stuck on Earth. We're stuck on one place.
Right.
But
technically, but we might be able to go to Mars eventually.
Maybe eventually. But currently we're only stuck on Earth, but we feel like we have these places to give them names. Funny humans. Where would I like to?
Scales. Scales are everything.
The more you know. I don't know. I haven't been enough places to answer that question. I guess like I'm getting ready to go to India in a month, and I don't know if I've told anyone on this channel yet, but here's my big announcement. And then when I get home, I pinky promised Coy that I would move near him.
To LA, not near me. He's gonna move next door to me.
I'll move into your room.
Yeah, you can move into the living room.
I'll move into the living room.
Share a bed with Watts.
I will definitely sleep in the bed with Watts. We've done it before. I could definitely see my life panning that direction.
Let's do it. Yeah, you stayed at my place for like months before.
I'll pinky promise you right here.
Look at that.
I say it all the time. But okay, I'm gonna go to LA.
And then once you're there, we'll set up and then we'll start traveling.
Oh God. Okay.
We always plans.
So
it's gonna be a beautiful marriage.
So I'm going to India in a month. Maybe I'll end up just staying to India.
Yeah.
And I'll break that pinky promise, and you guys will never see me again.
I think of the places I've been so far, I would decide to live in Glacier National Park in Montana because my family has a place there.
That whole area of America, that's the best. If you guys want to travel through America, go to like the Pacific Northwest. It's like the best spots in America.
So I would probably go there.
Yeah, same. If I had to stay
in Montana,
I would go Washington.
Yeah, Washington's beautiful too, or Northern California's.
Or Northern California, like the redwoods.
The redwoods are amazing.
Oh man,
they're my favorite ego death tool. Because when I'm in front of the redwoods,
you can feel the redwoods.
When I'm in front of the redwoods, I recognize how temporary I am. Like these things are temporary.
They've seen so much,
and they're thousands of years old. They're still there.
I think I cried when I went to the redwoods.
Yeah, it's just absolutely mind blowing. I could live out in the redwoods.
Me too. I could stay days out there.
Gosh, let's just build a colony in the redwoods.
If you all want to move to the redwoods with us,
DM us, message us, comment on this video,
add me on MySpace.
Yeah, and Friendster.
This is gonna be the last question.
Short Q&A, but detailed.
This one's from Doomed User. Sadie is her name. I've been trying to become a minimalist, but getting rid of gifts and things from the past, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard for her to get rid of stuff. So is that okay or normal? I'm personally not a minimalist, but I know Koi is all about it. And you know, it's something we should all sort of progress toward that lifestyle because it's about recognizing that everything is temporary, isn't it?
Yes, and
it's all about just like, oh, this is all temporary. I don't need this stuff.
It's finding that satisfaction simply instead of
it's a practice.
It's kind of like how you see in Harry Potter the Horcruxes, right?
Yeah.
You can have one soul, or you can spread it out over 7, and then you get confused and you lose them. So minimalism's the same way, right? If I have a lot of stuff, it's hard to know what I am and what I enjoy, but the more I simplify, the more I come to really know my inner self. and what I like doing and what I enjoy and how I want to live.
I'm total hoarder.
Yeah.
But
Those
it is
things,
normal.
though, yeah,
it's normal to feel that way, because that's your ego, isn't it?
Yes,
that's
and
like
it's
your
not
ego.
just your ego. It's almost the unconscious of what you are. Memories and things like that from our childhood are there even when we don't need them. You know, those are the pinnacle of our nostalgic experiences. When we pull that box out of the closet and we see, oh my gosh, like I remember I did that when I was in kindergarten, and all the 5th grade pictures and all these toys. So those are definitely the hardest to get rid of.
Yeah, definitely. Me too.
But a good way to deal with that is, again, minimalist space is what you're kind of looking for. You can keep those things. You know, you can take all that stuff, put it in a box, and put it in your basement, or put it in a storage unit or something, and then have a completely minimalist home with your kind of memories somewhere else off to the wayside. That's where you want to start. I think that'd be the easiest way. Eventually, I think it takes time.
You're pretty minimalist.
You want to get to a point where
place,
you get rid of that stuff. Yeah.
Didn't you do a little tour on it or something?
Yeah. My whole new place is minimalist.
Yeah, that's
But
cool.
I still have a box of, you know, my childhood stuff. But even Ram Dass talked about the last step in Ram Dass's transition into what his practice was he took all the things, all his accomplishments, all his trophies, all his like papers, and he set them all on fire. He burned all of them. And he said it was the hardest thing ever. All his family pictures of him and his mom. His mom was dead. All these things that, you know, defined him.
But it's just letting it go.
Letting it go. But he said it was the hardest transition in his practice. And I agree. I couldn't see myself going home right now and taking that box and letting it on fire. I'm still attached to it in a small way. So that's down the road. The start is just building a space for that
start by
minimalism
starting,
to be.
you know?
Yeah, start by starting. It's all about baby steps. Baby steps.
Just take those little baby steps.
Dakota's journey to minimalism is going to begin soon when he starts heading off to India. You're going to see when you're traveling how little
I'm
you
taking
need.
nothing with me.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my camera, which I don't know if I'm going to take this one.
He's taking the camera.
He wants me to take this camera, and I'm so nervous about it.
You have to manifest the right.
So I'm going to take a camera, and I guess I'm going to vlog as much as I can vlog.
Definitely do it.
What else? What else should I do? Do you have any advice for me? What kind of advice as like a best friend would you give to me?
If you decide you want to stay there, come home first and give me.
And then
come with
Okay, I can promise you that. That makes sense.
We'll do that.
Okay, that works for me. Anyways, guys,
this is a rubber duck.
This is a rubber duck, and this is Koi. I'm Dakota. And we love you. Welcome to Earth.
Have fun.
We're glad you're here.
Enjoy this incarnation. We'll
Peace
see you
out.
guys later. Bye.
Subscribe. Also. Oh, wait. Leave questions, because I want to do more of these little Q&A videos. So leave questions below, and I'll pick the most thumbs up to one. Whatever one gets the most thumbs up. The best ones. I'm gonna pick those ones. Also, give this video a thumbs up because that helps me. Okay. Peace out.
Guys.
Hare Krishna.
Oh.